for the South Whitley Public Library, and today we thought we'd start out the year making potato soup and jalapeno cheddar beer bread. We're going to start with the potato soup first, and in this stock pot on the stove we have about 10 to 11 Yukon Gold potatoes, and they're going to come to a boil for a little while, and then we're going to drain those and add some cream and butter and thicken them up and add some onions later on and garlic. So while that is going, or gonna get going, we're gonna go over and make the beer bread. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're going to show you how to make some jalapeno cheddar beer bread. I got this recipe from Cavalcade of Foods, and they're located in Michigan. And they also have a YouTube channel. I'll link that in the description below. So first we're going to start. Mark's going to add the ingredients in as I tell him what to put in their bowl. So in the bowl we have to start out with 4 1/4 cups of flour. I didn't have any self-rising flour, so it's all-purpose, and then I added 6 teaspoons of baking powder to that to make it self-rising. And we need a 1/2 cup of sugar. I'm going to pour that in there. Yes. And we don't have any garlic powder, so we're using regular garlic, and that's 2 teaspoons about. And I forgot salt. Just a second. And we need a teaspoon of salt. And you're going to mix that all together with your wooden spoon. Mark is trying to learn to cook a little bit more, so this is a learning experience for him.
I know how to cook.
Then we're going to add in the beer. And this is beer that's been sitting out and has come to room temperature. And that's 12 ounces. And this is also a quick bread, so there's no yeast in this bread. So stir that in. And you need your oven at 375 and 2 greased loaf pans, like this size. And then we're going to add in the egg. There's 2 eggs that are slightly beaten. And the cheese, which is a cup of cheese that I shredded from a block. You could use the already shredded cheese, but it does have some additives in it so it doesn't stick together, and sometimes it doesn't melt as well. Okay. And then we're going to add in the jalapenos. This is about a cup of jalapenos that have been chopped up. And you don't want to overmix, but you want to mix it so you don't have any dry spots left either. And that's looking pretty good. Okay, I think you can stop. And then we need to let it rest for about 5 minutes. So we'll come back then and fill the loaf pans before we put it in the oven. So the oven is preheated to 375. So and the dough has rested for 5 minutes. We're going to divide it into these 2 loaf pans. And then it's going to bake for approximately 45 minutes or until the bread test's done. You can test it with a toothpick or a knife in the center. And when that comes out clean, then you know your bread is done. And our potatoes are cooking. And then when the potatoes are tender, we're gonna drain those and make a roux and thicken those up, and our soup and our bread will be done in no time. We could probably, these are bigger loaf pans. I think we're going to combine both of them into one. Here, let's trade you your spatula. Yeah, I think we'll combine these into one. These are bigger loaf pans, so we'll just do that. Set that down. Okay, we're going to get this in the oven, and we'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, our potatoes are ready and they're draining in the sink. So while those are draining, we're going to make a roux to thicken them with, which is just butter and flour and some cream or milk. So Mark's going to show you how to do that. So we have about 3 tablespoons of butter that he's going to melt in that pan. And then we're going to add in a good 3 tablespoons or so of flour. And you want your heat on like medium, low, medium, so the flour can start incorporating and you can get your butter melting. Butter's starting to melt. There it goes. So you're going to incorporate the flour into the butter until it's smooth. You might add a little bit more butter. You might have added too much flour. I'm going to add about a tablespoon more butter. You see how it's getting goopy in there. Oops. Sorry about that. Then we're going to slowly start adding in our cream. A little bit at a time. And like I said, if you don't have cream, you can use milk or chicken broth. Either one will work, or just water too. And you want to cook this till the flour taste is out of the flour, if that makes sense. In here, and then we're going to finish it off with milk when we add the potatoes back in. And to this mixture, we're going to go ahead and add in our onions and get them cooked a little bit. We probably should have added them earlier, but that's okay. They'll cook. And about, I don't know, a good couple teaspoons of garlic. And some salt and pepper. Let that cook for a couple of minutes, get the onions a little more translucent than they are. And we're going to add in our potatoes. I'm going to add some more and turn the heat down some. So everything is cooked, it just needs to come together. I'm going to add some milk in here. Mark likes his potato soup really thick, so it might be more thick than you might like it, so you can just thin it out with more milk, or like I said, you can use chicken broth. We're just going to let that simmer and come together, and then we'll come back and show you what the finished product looks like. We're going to cook up some bacon to add to this.
Oh, we were doing the ham.
And you could also add ham. And you could also add cheese. So we'll come back and show you those ingredients as well. Okay, we have our finished product. We have our jalapeno cheese bread here. That looks and smells really yummy. And we have our potato soup that's got bacon and ham and cheese on the top of it. So we're going to give this a try and see how it tastes. Mark's going to go first, I think. He got it thick, so that's the way he likes it. Is that good?
Mm-hmm. Could just be a hair thinner.
Well, we can always, you can add milk to it to thin it out some more. That's really good. You can taste the onion in there and the garlic and the salt and pepper. And now we're going to try the cheese bread.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
2 thumbs up on that one. So thank you for joining us today. I hope you try these recipes. The recipes will be in the description below. And I'll also link to the Cavalcade of Food in Michigan. All of the cheese bread recipes.